Hey guys, welcome back to PinnacleQue for another repaint video. This week's video is the Unashamed Vans based on Romans 1:16. At the end of September, I got to attend a Surgeon Academy workshop in New York City founded by the shoe surgeon here on YouTube. I had actually just found his videos a few months back and was really excited to see that there were workshops so close to where I live on the East Coast. I've only been doing sneaker repaints on and off for about 3 years. And honestly, I still have no idea what I'm doing. I kind of just go with the flow and I just learn as I go. So I was really grateful for the foundational steps I learned at Surgeon. Shout out to my instructor, Brian. He is incredibly talented and was super helpful throughout the 2 hours we painted our shoes. And honestly, the whole experience was so amazing. There were so many people there from all walks of life, and it was so cool to see everyone just falling in love with making custom shoes. So I just feel like it was an incredible gift for me. I also got to use the Surgeon leather and fabric paints and markers, and I was really surprised by how pigmented the paint was, especially since my shoes were suede, canvas, and leather, which they actually recommend using plain white leather shoes, especially for beginners. But obviously, I'm not great at following directions, but I'm really grateful and really just ecstatic to see that Surgeon's paint still was really great and provided a beautiful base for this repaint. The anchor of these Vans is in the scripture Romans 1:16, which states, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also to the Greek." I felt led to have this verse as the foundation of this installment of the Good News series on this channel due to its bold declaration, which I find myself walking out in my own life. You know, I grew up as a Christian, believing in God, but not really knowing Jesus. Like, I knew of him, but I didn't really know him. It just felt like he was the last resort. My understanding of God was religious, shallow, and honestly really insincere. And I kind of just went through life, in darkness, made a lot of mistakes. And it's only by the grace of God that I'm even still here. If it weren't for the good news, I probably would have taken my own life, and I wouldn't have ever gotten to this place where I have a future and a hope now. And I'm not perfect. Some days it's just a battle to still hold on and believe, especially looking at the climate of the world around me. But God is so faithful. Through the renewing of my mind and the resurrection of my life, I've just learned to have peace and just coming to him for everything. And it's so easy, I feel like, to stay quiet when you feel like there's so much opposition to spreading the gospel. And the pressure to stay silent can be overwhelming. But when I think of how empty my life was before Christ and how I had just been looking for answers as to why my life never made sense, why I always just felt like I didn't belong, or why things happened the way they happened. And the only one who is able to fill me and to answer these questions as they come is Jesus. And for that, I will always be unashamed. Through the renewing of my mind and the resurrection of my life and seeing what his plans are for me, I really don't ever want to go back. Because having a real living relationship with him is not just for me. It's for anyone who dares to believe. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how low you've fallen. Jesus still loves you. He's still here for you. He still desires to have you with him, and he desires to be there with you through every obstacle. And I pray that this verse gives you boldness and encourages you to stand firm in the faithfulness of God, because he is able. He is worthy of all praise, and he will blow your mind if you let him. God bless you guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next upload. Peace.